White House reiterating today President Joe Biden is not leaving the race. But after last week's shaky debate performance, there have been rumblings in the Democratic Party that he should. And those rumblings may be getting louder. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes joins us now with the latest. Rob.
Yeah, louder and more frequent. The White House seemingly in crisis mode right now, bringing in several prominent governors to meet with the president tonight, trying to get the campaign back on the rails as more and more Democrats are urging Biden to step down.
President Biden meeting with Democratic governors from several key states today at the White House, trying to reassure them that he is still a viable candidate against Donald Trump. California Governor Gavin Newsom, one of those attending. But polling done after the debate is showing the effects of the president's poor performance. A New York Times Siena College poll shows Trump with an 8-point lead over Biden among registered voters. And when asked if Biden should remain the Democratic Party's nominee for president, 60% of those same voters said he should pull out of the race. The Times today also reporting that Biden told a key ally he knows he may not be able to salvage his candidacy.
Absolutely false. That is absolutely false.
The White House today denying that report, but sources tell ABC News that Biden has confided to at least two people his next few public appearances are critical in determining whether he could stay in the race. His administration says there are no plans to bow out.
Is President Biden considering stepping down?
Absolutely not.
It's been nearly a week now since Biden staggered through a debate with Trump.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
And with every passing day, more and more of his allies are questioning his mental fitness and pushing for him to withdraw from the election.
He delivered us from Trump then. He could be delivering us to Trump this year.
But many Democrats are still supporting Biden's presidential run, including Governor Newsom, who's headed to Michigan tomorrow to campaign for the president. And close Biden ally Congressman Jim Clyburn says Biden should stay in the race, but added that should the president drop out, Democrats should pass the torch to Vice President Kamala Harris.
I will support her if he were to step aside.
Vice President Harris cutting her vacation short and flying back to the White House to meet with the president today. She and the president also taking part in an all-staff phone conference to reassure the team that Biden is staying in the race.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.